Hello everyone. Let's try to solve another revision worksheet for MS Access. Now in this MS Access it is asking me to import the CSV file. Now CSV file actually looks like a Excel sheet, but the full form is comma separated value. That means the file is not having any formatting, anything in it. It's just the text that is separated by a comma when you import. Let's see how you can do that. So to import any of the CSV file, you click on external data, new data source from file. Though it look like an Excel, but extension is not XLSX, its extension is CSV. So it is considered as a text file. You can click on browse and choose for the location for that particular file. You can see this cars, click on open, click on OK. Now once you are done, it is showing me delimited or fixed width. So here characters such as comma or tab separate each field. Now you notice in this it is actually separated by a comma, so that is the first preference. Click on next. Here it is important for you to understand that it is separated by comma, so by default comma is tick, and first row contains field name. If you notice, the first row is having win, model, power, engine size. These are all considered as a field name. So you should not forget to doing it. Click on next. Here it is based on the question paper. If it is asking you to make the changes in a data type, you need to check. Let's see it here. So in order to see the data type, instead of going one at a time and look over here, you can click on advanced. Now in an advanced, this all are the text. If you see price is numeric or currency, if you want you can change it to currency, both are correct. Color is again a text. Discount applied numeric 2 decimal places. When it is saying double, that means it's allow you to enter a 2 decimal place in a record. Location text, date sold, again date, that's correct. Salesperson is a text. Last sold is not a date with time, it's a boolean or logical. Boolean or logical means any one option, either yes or no. So you can click on the drop down menu, choose yes or no, click on OK. Now one thing it is saying the date should be in DGMMYY. So if you notice in advance, here the date order is DGMMYY only. So that's correct. Click on OK, click on next. Now let's see. Is it showing any of the field as a primary key? Yes. The VIN, that is vehicle identification number, is considered as a primary key. So choose my own primary key, choose the field, click next. You can just save it, import a table with the name as this, finish. Now if you don't see here any error, that means the table that is there in the form of a text in an Excel format, you have imported it easily. Now here if you notice the cars, I'll close this because I don't require. Double click. Now you can see the entire data has come on its own. Now total record are 837. Let's move on to the next. It is telling me to insert following 3 record. Now this is a data sheet view. Let's go and check before we enter. Let's go and check the design view. Now here in a data sheet view, if you notice, this particular sold field comes in a checkbox. Sometimes we understand, sometimes we don't understand where is yes or where is no. So simply you can go to the design view, choose the field as yes or no, go to the format. Here either you can choose yes or no, true or false. Currently we have yes or no only. Now here in a lookup, there is a general tab and there is a lookup tab. In a lookup tab you can see the option called as checkbox, text box and combo box. So you can choose a text box as an option where your data will come in the form of a yes or no. Click on save, change the view, now check. Now you can see yes or no, so it will be easy. Both are correct, it's not compulsory to make that change, depending again on the criteria that is given. Currently if you don't change, then also if you run a query, it will give you correct answer. So let's enter a new record. Now to enter a new record, do I need to scroll down every single time? No, it's not required. I simply click at the bottom, there is an arrow and star, a new blank record, and I'll enter all the stuff. Now if you see, I have done entering all the record, whichever field it is not giving me anything to enter, let's just keep it blank. Don't enter anything in that particular field. It's having 3 marks, so you make sure that you write all the data in a correct manner and then save. Let's move on to the next. It is asking me to produce a table where it shows only the record where the model is Micro Z and car that has not been sold. Now here it is asking you to generate a query. Produce a table means based on this particular stuff, it is asking you to generate a query. Go to create. Let's go with the query design view. Click on query design view. Now choose the table. We have only one table. Either you can double click, or if it will not open, you can right click and click on open. Now which other field it is asking? First is win. Double click, it will come. Next is model. Double click, it will come again. If you don't want to double click, you can click on the next particular column and choose from the drop down menu. Both the ways are correct, whichever way you are comfortable. You can go ahead. Price, color and location. Here it is clearly mentioned that this should be there in the order given. These are the fields. So this order is also having a marks. You need to make sure. Give a table name with this. We'll do that once we run a query and it asks. Let's just first do it. Model as Micro Z. So I'll go to model. Here in a criteria equal to double quote close, because this particular field is a short text. So you need to make sure that you can write. If you don't want to do it equal to, then also is fine. It's completely okay. And car has not been sold. Oh, the sold field we have not added, but it is there in a criteria. That means you need to add a field, but you need to uncheck it. Please understand that if it is there in the criteria but it is not there in the visibility in the table, you do not forget to uncheck. Now here, should I need to write in double quote? No, because the sold field is a boolean. It's yes and no field where it's not in a form of a text, so you will not add double quote, you will simply write no. That's it. Now once it's done, let's go and run. Now you can see the data is total 49 with all the correct thing, and you need to click on save. Now let me just copy the name of the table, save, done. Ta-da! Here your query table is ready. Let's close the query table and car table. Let's move on to the next. It is asking me to create a form based on the query table that has done. Here it is clearly mentioned from the query. Go to create and form wizard. Now here, if you notice, the query table is by default selected. It is not telling me particular fields to select, so I'll select all the fields. Double arrow, click on next, of course column format. Now here this is exactly the name, so correct, and modify the card design. Finish. Now you see the title has come on its own. The size I need to change, so select the particular title, go to the format, change the font as Cambria, size as 36. If it's not fitting, then you just simply go here. When you can see a horizontal two-sided arrow, simply drag and put it like this and insert a logo. So that should be there in a center. Here the location of this particular text is not there, but if I insert a logo, it will not fit. So I simply drag it down. So my logo will also fit. I'll make this also in a center because this will look appropriate. And you can insert a logo from, select on the header, insert image, browse. Currently I'll choose this particular logo. That's not a logo which is required. Currently just let me choose this logo for you to understand, and the logo has come. Again save the file and you are done with the task. Please remember this all the stuff. In case if they are asking you to enter anything in the form, this view is a design view. In order to enter anything, you need to go to the form view. Don't forget it. Thank you everyone.